Oh no, I have totally awoken to find myself in an escape pod hurtling towards an alien planet. Whatever shall I do? Oh, I'm gonna aim towards that building over there. Hello everyone, welcome to Empyrion. This is the Star Salvage mod, which I have to say, um, is shaping up to be almost everything I wanted out of Empyrion. I will go into it in just a moment after I finish landing. Quote-unquote landing. There we go. Alright. So, we are here. I managed to get right next to this junk storage. I'm going to head inside there really quick to get out of the radiation. Assuming... Yeah, see, this is one that has a little dude in it, which means it's nice and airtight. And so it's temperature controlled, radiation controlled. Beautiful. Alright, so... This is Star Salvage mod, the mod pack on Empyrion Galactic Survival. So, I've been meaning to do a video on this game, maybe an entire series for a while. I found the Star Salvage mod last week, and, well, the last half of last week. Although it'll actually be a bit further for you since I have this entire week's videos recorded. And I gotta say, like I said, it's almost everything I want out of Empyrion. The one downside is that due to the ways servers need to refresh resources on the starters, it's poorly optimized for that. Other than that, though, it is really, really good. Alright, so let's see. We can eat that pizza, and that'll just about completely fill our food. So, we got this guy here. Let's talk to this guy really quick. We really lucked out by finding this guy right away. So he is from Interspace Salvage Industries. What is Interspace Salvage Industries, you ask? Salvage and reclamation, blah, blah, blah. They don't do business with the Xerax. Good to know. Let's see what kind of stuff you have. Now, he'll buy scrap. And we wanted to get that salvage token. I haven't yet to actually use the salvage tokens because I think the thing for it is broken, but we really just kind of wanted access to this because this is a fridge that will always be on, a food processor, the shower to get rid of the radiation. This was a lucky find. Now we also have this personal cargo. Oh, look at that! It had a portable constructor in it. It's a purified water. Now, we're in a single player, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick that purified water in there. On a server, you obviously don't want to do that because, you know, stuff. You know, other people. Alright, so we've got this. Now, the main thing about this mod, in particular, is instead of going around finding resource deposits, resource nodes, little rocks with resources in them, you do that kind of thing, but it's all salvage. And the idea is, that at least the way you start out, is that you are intended to salvage the junked vessels and stuff that are around, and set up bases in POIs, things of that nature, because it's infinitely easier than trying to make your own. And there is an entire new skill tree. Oh, speaking of, let's pop back into the structure really quick so that we're not taking radiation. It's very low level, but it does build up, and just having access to that shower is huge. Gotta say. We'll just do that. Alright, so... we need... Actually, this wasn't where I wanted to go. Here you are, PDA. Welcome to Star Salvage. Scenario allows you to select areas of gameplay to specialize in. So it's got a tech tree, you know, it's split up tech tree. This is also part of what makes it difficult to make your own stuff. We'll get into that in a minute. Each specialization has its own perks. I'm not going to go through all of this. I know what I want. And you'll be able to unlock all of them if you want. Or you can change them for that. I don't think that's a good idea, though. Haven't actually made it that far. I'm going to unlock engineering, because that has most of the stuff we're going to want. Combat is the other one that would be good. But for now, we're going to do that. So let's take a look at said tech tree. So the stuff in white here is the stuff that is available to everyone. Now, I just took engineering, so the stuff in orange, engineering, resource gathering, experimental technology, are available to me because I took the engineering specialization. The combat specialization, which is the other one I said was good, has a vehicle combat, which has all these weapons and stuff in it, and personal combat, which has all these weapons and stuff in it. The exploration tree has some really useful stuff, but you can get around it with some of the engineering things that are available. Because, like, where is it? Actually, you know what? It might be under some of these other things. Like, it might be small device. No, I know it's somewhere. Is it salvaging? Yeah, okay, the salvaging tab has a bunch of stuff that can be used in the place of some of the things here. And that actually covers a few other things as well, because we've got like these junk rifles and stuff. So, as well as like a bit of armor, you know, for combat. You know, we've got, you know, a few turrets, but not many. You know, just a bunch of this stuff. Like these warp drives are normally in exploration, although I think there might be an engineering version. Ramshackle healing station instead of, you know, the full one from medical. So, engineering, good way to start. Also, because it's important, small vessel starter, capital vessel starter, hover vessel starter. So if you want to build your own, you pretty much have to come through engineering. However, exploration has some deployable things where if you're doing single player, because these are, you know, look at this, only intended for single player, you know, does not work on multiplayer. So here's that, and I think somewhere, it might not be in, oh no, there it is, all right, Scout Starter. This is for building a small vessel, so you can get access to the small vessel this way as well through exploration. But I think that's it. Like, I don't believe any of these other trees. Yeah, that's it. So, if you want to make a small vessel, it is engineering or exploration. And if you want to make your own any other type of vessel, it's just engineering. So, engineering, good one to start with. You do gain access to the others as you level up, so not too bad. Now, we're going to need to run around. Oh, of course, I'm going to need a survival tool. I probably should have started constructing that a while ago. And I'm going to want that, so I'm going to need some electronics and carbon substrate as soon as possible. Now, unfortunately, we don't seem to have much around us. Or if we do, it's definitively being obscured by the fog. But we have our portable constructor already, so we don't have to worry about getting that. And there are resource node rocks, but they are kind of like, if you recall, if you've ever played RimWorld, there's the compacted machinery. They're kind of like that, where you get parts and stuff out of them. Oh, I hear something coming after me, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's going to be one of them stupid trash spiders. Come here, you. Defense mode. There you are. Come here, you. I hate spiders. Trash tarantula. Get over here. Get over here. Alright. We killed it. Level 2 available. Done. And unfortunately, it's now... Is that another? That is another. Okay, so... Some of these are like that one back there, which has the guy in it. Most of them, however, are like this one that doesn't. And you can tell the difference because this one does not have solar panels on top. And the floor is not airtight. Now these things drop us some goodies, but are a little difficult to get until you have the at least the scrap shotgun. As you can see, okay, now this has coolant. That's a trade good. So when we get to a place that will buy these standardized trade goods, that'll give us some money. I think it might be used for a couple of things too. All right, so we got some scrap. We got so engineering and military scrap. Those are useful in some of those alternate solutions that I was showing. Where are you? Come here. Ah. All right. And killing these guys also gives XP as well, which we're gonna need if we want to survive long term. Come here. Now, fortunately, these things can be found pretty much near any POI or scrapped vehicle or anything of that nature. So, they make good starting. And, like I said, that other guy that we found right away buys scrap. So if we decide we don't need it for whatever reason, we can go sell it to him for some credits. And then, you know, be able to make the things we do need. Alright, so this one is not great. It does have this, however, so what we're going to do... You know what, I'm going to leave it for the moment. What this thing has, when you salvage it, it brings you, it gives you a bunch of scrap. But the survival tool is really bad at it, so we're not going to do that for now. What's that over there? Because I don't necessarily need scrap at the moment. I need, like, electronics and stuff. Oh, those are some of those quote-unquote annoying crickets. Oh, look at that! Alright, so it kind of danced into view a little bit because it's being weird. But there's a junk hover vessel. As you can see, there's more of those little dudes. Being just a little wonky. Back here, you. Give me your gibbons. Alright. So, we found our first hover vessel here. If I can get up into it. Alright, so, these, of course, just like always, will have random things in random places. Now, this is not a good one to restore, because it is, like, all heavy stuff. But it is a good one to salvage stuff out of. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to sacrifice a few of these thrusters, I think. Because I need the resources. So, we're gonna just use the very poor return on this. We're gonna do it with just, I think, just these two. Just these two ought to give me the stuff I want to start off with. There we go. Alright, so I think I do not. I need carbon substrate. Now that is difficult to get out of this with the poor thing, because even, yeah, because most of this is combat steel. Which, like I said, heavy. Ooh, O2 tank. We're gonna leave that be. Yeah, see, so there isn't even any of the carbon composite easily available, and you don't get much out of it with this survival tool, even if there was. Come on. Now, see, they won't actually do anything to it, but... Ooh, here we go. We got a little bit of wreckage. Now, what do you have for me? Some optical fiber. Not the best in the world, but you cannot... Oh, it's because I'm on that mode. Come on. Ooh, that was a bit... Uh-oh. That was a bit more than I intended. Alright. Well. Hey, you know what I can do? This is single player. Oh. That's not very big. Promethium fuel and a bunch of those. Oh, that one is big. There we go. Alright, so we're going to stick these random steel plates that I accidentally caused into there. I'll grab the Promethium fuel for the moment. Oh, here we go. Antibiotic ointment, energy pills. We'll grab them just in case we need them. But right now, we're on the hunt for carbon substrate. Now, I think, since I have the portable... Oh, hey, here, this is exactly what we're looking for already. Alright, so, resource mode. Silicon rubble. Should... Nope, doesn't... So, see, what it gives is a little random, but based on what type it is going to, is going to basically, like, adjust the loot table. Alright, so I'm going to grab this rock, I think, because I believe that since I have the portable, this thing, constructor, already, I should be able to stick that in there, yeah, and get carbon substrate. Okay, so we'll do that, we will say, give me this detector, please. And while that is processing, we will hop into here. I need basic survival. One of the things that is going to make my life easier is the portable heater cooler, which I believe I also have the stuff for. Except you can't actually make it in the portable. Okay. You can make it in your suit, though. Carbon substrate 1. Alright, so we will say, give me 1 additional carbon substrate when you're done. Alright, there we go. We got our little detector, our little handheld detector, because for whatever reason, the survival tool doesn't have it in this. Alright, 1. You know, yeah, because I'm going to want to pick that up. Alright, pick that. Hey, pick that up. Alright. Ping. Alright, and you can see we've got a few things around. There were a few things that were pretty close to where we already were. Oh, look at this. Another junk hover vessel. Which looks like another particularly large one. Now, one of the things you might have noticed is there aren't any plants around. We'll get to that. There are plants on this planet. They're just not in the starting biome. This is another one of these. Useful for later, because we're going to want some of the parts and such off of that. Yeah. Not just yet. Oh, wait a minute. I should, however, check its storage box. Free stuff is free. Just some rounds. I don't think there's really any others. I think there might be a fridge in the back or something. Hey! Dang it. Oh, and I'm being attacked by an annoying cricket. Alright. Now, where was I going? Junk SOV. Oh, I know that one. Alright. I recognize that. Yeah, this is the little, like, pod-looking thing. Yeah, look at you. Oh, and you have a public faction core. That is important because I can go in here and I can say, this is now mine. Now, one of the things that you want to do, because there's a bit of a bug in the game, is you want to rename all of these items, basically when you get them. Alright. Alright, you are missing what now? Generator and fuel tank. Okay. So, this is now mine. I can theoretically lift whole blocks off of this. No problem whatsoever. You are that... Okay, so you were obviously intended to have that type of thing. Just kind of taking a look at it, how I might want to repair it. We're good with that for the moment. We'll come back to that if and when we decide to actually grab it proper. We got a couple of unknown hover vessels over here. You can tell from the icons. There's no level on that red, which means it's either a base without a core, or, more likely, in this particular instance, a spider's nest. And oh, don't worry, I'm only really gonna do this full-blown resource gathering, like, on-camera thing for a little bit. I will be, switching to gathering resources off-camera, but I figured you guys might like a full-blown, just kind of watch the initial setup thing here until we've got at least a hover vessel in good enough order that we can just kind of go around and try to find things. Alright, let's let our stamina recoup a little bit. Junk hover vessel. And there's going to be another one over that way. And some more stuff out further. Okay, this is one of the, like, super crappy little ones. Wow, it's missing a bunch of stuff, isn't it? This one might not be anything more than parts. Oh, there's a fuel tank. So if I get myself a proper salvage tool... I might at least be able to pull a fuel tank off of this. Looks like it's one of the larger ones, too. Alright. 0.13, 0.12, 0.11. Go this way. Now, fortunately, we managed to fill up our food with that pizza right away. So, we're not doing bad on food yet. This is actually one of the things that is kind of a risk initially, is, running out of food in the starter area, because pretty much all you have to live off of is whatever you find in these things, and for whatever reason... Oh, there's a generator. Alright. For whatever reason, there does not seem to be much of anything in the vehicles. I'm going to leave the Sathium plates for now. I don't have anything to use it for at the moment, and I don't want to take up space. Alright. What more? Next. Next one over here. So as you can see, there's a lot more vehicles in this. And just because we're in the starter area, they're all hover vessels. But there will be some, like, small vessels further out. And once we get into space, there will be some proper capital ships. Oh, here we go. This is kind of a gutted one of these. Alright. I don't think there is a proper storage box, although I think there might be a fridge. No. Alright, so we've got fuel tanks, we've got generators. We're good on that front if we need it. This, of course, has a bunch of the hover vessel thrusters. This is not a good one to restore for obvious reasons, but it's a good one to get parts out of. Anything else? Alright, now we seem to be on the edge of changing biomes, which means we might start to see some plants. Aha, like this. Now, this is herbal leaves, but it gives XP. Alright, now let's see, what else do we got? Something way over there. And a spider's nest somewhere near it. Like I said, basically at the moment, other than grabbing the occasional plant and running into some of those, those, like, little resource nodes, which are kind of rare, we're pretty much stuck with scrapping vessels. Scrapping these junked vessels down for whatever parts we can get out of them. And until we have a salvage tool of some sort, it's not going to be highly worth grabbing these things. And even then, there is an item we're going to want before we get too involved in it. And with any luck... No, we're definitely not going to get to it this episode. Not if I want to keep doing this thing the way I'm doing it. Oh, and of course we're out. Oop, there we go. Junk hover vessel. That's on the other side of that rock. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, this is one of the little, like, Xerax ones. Usually just useful for parts, although I think it might have a storage container or two. Oh yeah, cargo box harvest. Oh, look at that. Alright, we're gonna definitely want to remember that. We're gonna grab that. Oh, I never made a portable heater cooler. Alright, so we're gonna want to remember these are here. Berries and stimulant, that's not too great. A little bit of silicon ore. We're not gonna grab that this second, but good reason to come back. Well, don't worry, once we have a functional hover vessel, we will be running around grabbing almost all of this stuff. So we got generator, RCS, some thrusters, yeah, and of course some of the hover engines. This is a good one to pull parts off of once we're capable of doing so. Now I think, yeah, here we go. Alright, so we got another one of these silicon deposits, or silicon rubble. Rubble was the word I was looking for earlier. Glass and steel. Alright, this one here is iron. The silicon and the copper are really the ones you want. Those two have the best loot tables. But I think the iron are more common. A little bit of engineering scraps, the electronics, some optical fiber, those are things you definitely need. Oh, hello. More spiders. I hate spiders. And spiders appear to hate me. Come on. See, there's a copper deposit. Trying not to get too far from the... Okay, I got that one. Where'd the others go? Anybody? Oh, there you are. Back here, you. Give me your meats. I know there was a third one, but I think it might have got stuck on a rock somewhere. Because Empyrion. I have lost track of where that copper one was. And we've pretty much run out of episode length anyway, so I'm going to really quickly kind of jump up on this here rock and call it an episode. I'm going to grab that as soon as we're back. Alright, so we got the super duper basics. We have our portable heater cooler, we have our portable constructor, we have our detector, we have a bunch of random junk we have picked up, and that's about it. We're not very far. We did locate at least one hover vessel that had a functional core, but needs some other stuff. We do not yet have the tool that we need to properly get said stuff. That'll hopefully be next episode. That's going to do it for this episode. So, until next time, have a good one.